Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing a July garden tour. So basically I haven't been uploading any videos yet because I was on vacation, so I wasn't home for a week, so my plants have been actually enjoying the heat without water. But they were okay. So this first plant are the three hostas which I planted, the two autumn frost and one hosta crispula. And the hosta at the fronts are not good looking because it's burned, and one at the back is better because it's more shaded. So here I have two nasturtiums in front of that, just for host plants so that I don't get aphids. Here is my one pot of geranium. I have three geranium plants here, so they were in big blooms when I came back home, and I cut the blooms back because they were faded, so I didn't get to enjoy them. But here is a row of gladiolus bulbs which I planted, and they are growing really well. Here I have a nasturtium plant. Here I have my first cordyline pot, which with 3 and 4 collis plants, which I also made a video when I planted them. Here is another collis plant which I planted in the ground. Here is a small rose plant, and here is my another collis plant, and this is really beautiful with bright red colors. This is the rose plant, and this one down here is a petunia plant, and this petunia plant is the red colored. I don't remember the name, I will have in the screen. And this was full of bloom. I couldn't see any leaves when I came back home, but I cut it all back because all of it faded. And here is the hosta plant. This hasn't got any blooms because of the frost we had. It killed all the buds, but I'm really happy because it's still alive and growing really well. So it's a nasturtium plant there as well, nasturtium plant is there as well. So I tucked in many nasturtium plants everywhere. So here is my 2 or 3 actually collis plants with different colors, looking really beautiful. At the back here, nasturtium plant again. This is another cordyline pot with 4 colliuses, which I also made a video when I planted them. This is a boxwood plant, and this one is also a geranium plant with 3 geranium plants in one pot. So this one also got many blooms. So I have a cordyline, gladiolus there, a gladiolus here as well, and here I have a nasturtium, and this one is petunia, training petunias. So I've got 2 plain petunias. This one also has many blooms and was full of blooms. Couldn't see any leaves, so I could just cut all of them back. So the collis in here wasn't looking good because of the hot sun. But here, as you can see, this one is the golden climber rose, which is getting the second flush of blooms. As you can see, it's got many buds and looking really pretty. And this here is going to be a yellow color rose. And this one is nasturtium down here, and this one is the hybrid white tea rose. It has got many blooms and buds, and I'm really hoping to see the blooms. This one is the climbing rose, which is called Pole Scarlet, which is red, bright red colored, and with many clusters of blooms, getting the second flush as well. This one is the tea rose, which is the pink colored, and this one also has got many buds and some basically the second flush of blooms. So I'm really hoping to see that. This one is the climbing rose parade. So this has also got many buds and it's going to get the second flush of its bloom. I'm really happy because it's growing really well this year. Last years were really small, and I hope it's going to climb. So this one is the kiwi planter with 3 pepper plants around it, and the pepper plants are taking over. As you can see, there's peppers on it. It's looking really beautiful with 2 peppers. And I don't know about the kiwi plant. I don't know if it's really actually going to grow back, but I'm waiting for it to grow. I'm not going to give up on that. So here's nasturtium plants. So this is overall the view of my front yard, and it's looking really beautiful. conservatory, I have these cucumber plants left. I put all the pepper plants outside because it was full of fungus gnats, and I'm treating fungus gnats now, and you can see the many dead fungus gnats down here. I've sprayed them and they just fall down and then die. And basically I've just 8 plants here left, which are basically all the cucumber plants, and I've actually harvested 14 cucumbers. As you can see, there are more and more cucumbers coming down here and growing. I've actually harvested 14 of them, and it's really delicious cucumbers. They're full of blooms and of fruits. So you can see the cucumber plants are looking well, and this is the black plum plant, which is bushy now and growing really well. I'm going to repot that soon. And here, as you can see, this plant, the stem of the leaves of the stem is a little bit floppy, and that's because when I was trimming some leaves, I actually accidentally cut the main stem of one of the cucumber plant. So I actually taped it and tried to graft it, basically hoping for it to live, but that doesn't matter because I have 7 more plants. So now let's go outside. Basically the garden isn't looking tidy because of the thunderstorm we had, and you can see really untidy looking. But here is the my backyard, basically the vegetable garden with some pollinating plants. These are the 10 pepper plants I have. They're full of blooms and full of peppers. As you can see, small peppers. Slowly hoping to harvest them in the end of September because we have 3 months of growing season left. I've done the Florida weave trellising system here as well, so that they don't flop over the plants, not the pots. And as you can see, I have some chili plants here as well. The first 4 pots of these chili plants are called the Anaheim chili, and these are full of blooms, and I haven't tasted any chilies yet of this plant. I don't think they are really hot, but as you can see, they will turn red and beautiful, but they're full of blooms. I'm hoping for a good harvest this year of chilies. I will try to save them as well. So these are the last 4 pots are the Hungarian yellow wax hot chili, which I have tasted. They're really hot as well, and I have harvested many of these chilies from this plant. We use them a lot. As you can see, this is one of my big raised beds, and the raised bed here is full of turnips and different vegetables. So these are the radishes. So the radishes are looking great. We're not going to eat the radishes because they are bolted, and I'm waiting for them to bloom so that I can harvest some pods and some seeds as well. So this section is basically just radishes, and there's I just tucked in a random spring onion plant here just for experiments. Looking great now here. And in the front here I have sowed the second crop of peas, and the peas are growing and germinated as well. So this is one of the cucumber plants I have planted outside with one cucumber, which I'm going to grow yellow and save some seeds. As you can see, these are the turnips, been eaten by some slugs and snails, but I've been removing the slugs whenever I come outside. And these are the 3 raised bed full of green and brown materials. I'm going to not grow anything before next year because there's just waste of time if I just grow now. And this raised bed is full of carrot plants, and the carrot plants has basically been eaten, or they're actually dead by the heat wave we had when I wasn't here, because I haven't watered it well, and those were just baby seedlings. As you can see, there are some type of egg things on the soil, not the white big things, those are the slug pellets, but these things are some type of eggs of some kind of insect. If you know, please leave a comment. As you can see on the raised bed, there's kind of white things. I don't know what they are, but if you know, please leave a comment so I do know what they are. So as you can see, these are supposed to be the hedge of nasturtium. So one of the nasturtium are growing really big, but the other ones are actually not as huge as this one. I think it may be because of the sunlight, but that's okay. And here I have the 9 cabbage plants which are eaten by slugs and not looking great, but the heads aren't, so some of them are forming some cabbage heads, so I'm really happy that they're actually forming. So this is a row of gladiolus bulbs or plants which I planted, and some of them has got some flower stalks as well. In the back here I have some sunflowers, and these are the 18 tomato plants which I planted. And the first 2 rows to me is the Alisa Craig tomatoes, and the last row at the back is the grocery bought tomatoes. So I've tucked in some nasturtiums here and there, 3 nasturtium plants so that they can fill around. And here I have some spring onion as well in the ground, so they are growing really well as well. As you can see, those are spring onions, maybe harvesting next month hopefully. So those are the same pepper plants. And let me just go to the next crop. So basically these are the strawberries, blackberries and different things. So let me just show you the first rose plants, but here's the overview of my garden. So basically I'm going to show you my firstly the strawberry plants. So these are the strawberry plants, and this one is the red hybrid tea rose, full of blooms and buds as well. So this one is actually really full of blooms every year. So the next plant was actually, I didn't show you the other rose, which is the orange rose. These are the strawberry plants with full of strawberries, some of them. So I got many runners I'm going to plant, and this is the mint plant. So I have 9 plants here of strawberries, and this is the yellow hybrid tea rose. As you can see, their bloom is really different. And this is the blackberry bush I planted recently and it's growing. And this one is the calamondin plant, orange plant, and this one is the gladius plants I have here. So this is the overall view of my garden. So this was it basically. So I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you later in the next video. Bye.